Most cat owners have no idea they are doing things that quietly make their cats pull away from them. The kind of subtle communication mistakes that make a cat trust you a little less each day without you even noticing. And the surprising part is that these 7 mistakes are incredibly common. Which is why today, we are diving deep into the real reasons behind that silent distance your cat keeps whenever something feels off. As someone who has lived with cats for years, researched feline behavior closely, and seen how small details completely change a cat's emotional world, I can promise you this video will reveal the subtle communication errors that make your cat love you less and exactly how to fix each one right now. If you care about improving your cat's trust, comfort, and connection with you, subscribe to the channel and like this video, because the tips you will learn today are the kind that every cat owner wishes they had discovered sooner. Before we jump into the list, there is something important you need to understand. Cat communication looks quiet and simple on the surface, but beneath it, there is a complex system of signals that shape your cat's sense of safety, affection, and belonging. And the worst part is that most people accidentally break these signals without realizing it, which leads to frustration, distance, or even fear in their cats. What you are about to hear is more important than it seems, because each mistake changes how your cat interprets you as a presence in their world. And the surprising thing is that the majority of cat owners never imagine that these small behaviors are powerful enough to affect a cat's emotional memory and long-term connection. Let's begin with the first communication mistake, and if this first one already surprises you, wait until you hear the last ones. They are the kind of mistakes that silently shape your cat's entire relationship with you.
The first communication mistake that is quietly making your cat love you less is touching or picking them up when their body is clearly saying no. Imagine if someone greeted you every day by grabbing your face without asking. Even if they meant well, you would start to pull away from them. With cats, this happens when we reach over them, scoop them up from behind, or start petting while they are tense with their ears slightly back, tail flicking, or body stiff. Cats communicate consent mostly with posture and tiny movements. A relaxed tail, slow blinks, and a soft body mean they're open to contact, while a tight body, skin twitching, or that quick tail whip mean they are asking for space. When we ignore those signals, the cat learns that being near us is unpredictable, and that our hands are something to endure instead of something to enjoy. Over time, that turns into avoidance, hiding, or a cat that only comes close on its own strict terms. To fix this, start waiting 1 or 2 seconds before touching your cat and let them answer first. Offer your hand low, not over their head, and see if they lean in, sniff, or rub against you. If they do, you have a clear yes. If they freeze, look away, or move just a little bit back, respect that as a no and simply stay nearby without insisting. Within a few days of doing this consistently, many cats become more affectionate because they finally feel that they are being heard. This is the moment when your cat quietly decides if you're a safe presence who listens or just another human who forces affection on them.
The second communication mistake that is quietly making your cat love you less is staring at them for too long without realizing how threatening that feels. If a stranger held eye contact with you without breaking it, your body would tense instantly. Cats feel the same, but even stronger. Because in feline language, a prolonged stare is a challenge or a warning. Most people do this without meaning harm. They look at their cat because they adore them. But to the cat, that stillness and direct gaze can read as pressure. This is why some cats suddenly look away, lick their nose, or shift their body when you stare a little too long. Those are stress signals asking you to soften the interaction. To fix it, blink slowly and look slightly to the side instead of holding direct eye contact. This tells your cat that you are relaxed and not a threat. Over time, many cats start slow blinking back because they recognize your gaze as safe. A softened gaze is one of the simplest ways to show your cat you respect their emotional space.
The third communication mistake that is quietly making your cat love you less is talking to them with a loud or rushed tone. For a cat, sudden volume changes feel the same as being caught in a burst of noise on a busy street. Their instinct is to retreat, not engage. Many people raise their voice without noticing when calling the cat, correcting a behavior, or even speaking excitedly. Cats read tone more than words. A sharp edge on your voice, even if you are not angry, can trigger stress markers like a flicking tail, lowered head, or quick retreat from the room. Over time, the cat learns that your presence is unpredictable and that staying close comes with a cost. The fix is simple. Speak slowly and slightly softer than your normal tone. This rhythm mirrors how cats communicate with each other, through gentle sounds and controlled pacing, which makes them feel safe enough to stay near you. A calm voice becomes a signal your cat trusts without hesitation.
The fourth communication mistake that is quietly making your cat love you less is invading their personal space during moments when they are focused on something else. Think of how irritating it feels when someone interrupts you while you are reading or concentrating. Cats experience the same discomfort when we walk up and touch them while they are eating, grooming, or settling into a resting spot. Cats guard these moments because they are tied to comfort and survival. When a cat is eating, its guard is down. When grooming, it is regulating stress. When preparing to rest, it is choosing a safe zone. Interrupting any of these signals to the cat that you do not recognize or respect their boundaries, and this slowly erodes their trust. The fix is to wait for the cat to finish what it is doing, then let it come to you naturally. If you need to approach, do it calmly and from the front so the cat sees you coming and can choose to engage. Respecting these focused moments teaches your cat that you support their comfort instead of disrupting it.
The fifth communication mistake that is quietly making your cat love you less is using your hands to tease or overstimulate them during play. Imagine someone tapping your arm repeatedly, expecting you to stay cheerful about it. At first it feels playful, but quickly it becomes annoying and stressful. For cats, wiggling fingers, tapping your back, or moving your hand too fast turns a bonding moment into confusion and frustration. Cats rely on clear prey patterns to enjoy play. When a human hand becomes the toy, the cat cannot separate affection from hunting instinct. This leads to biting, swatting, or sudden mood shifts that people often misinterpret as misbehavior, when in reality, the cat is overwhelmed and trying to self-regulate. The fix is to always use a toy, not your hands, especially with energetic or easily overstimulated cats. Choose something that lets the cat chase, pounce, and finish the motion cleanly, like a wand or string toy, so the whole interaction makes sense to them. When you let your hands stay gentle and predictable, your cat learns that play is safe and affection is separate from excitement.
The sixth communication mistake that is quietly making your cat love you less is ignoring the subtle signs that they are overwhelmed. Imagine trying to rest while someone keeps nudging you for attention. At some point, your patience breaks. Cats reach that point much faster because their tolerance for stimulation is short, and they rely on tiny signals to warn you before they snap. Most owners miss these early signs. A tail that starts flicking in short, sharp movements, ears turning slightly to the side, skin twitching along the back, or a brief pause in their breathing rhythm. These cues are the cat's way of saying they need a break, yet many people continue petting or interacting thinking the cat is still comfortable. The fix is to pause the moment you notice even one of these signals. Remove your hand, sit still, and let the cat decide if it wants to continue. Many times the cat will reposition itself and return because it feels that you finally understand what it has been trying to communicate. Recognizing these early signals is one of the strongest demonstrations that you truly respect your cat's comfort.
The seventh communication mistake that is quietly making your cat love you less is forcing social moments when the cat is trying to retreat. Think of how draining it feels when someone insists you stay in a conversation after you are mentally done. Cats experience the same emotional fatigue when we follow them, block their path, or continue interacting after they have clearly stepped away. A cat walking off is not rejection. It is regulation. Cats leave to reset their comfort level, lower their stress, and return when they feel balanced again. When a human keeps talking to them, reaching for them, or physically redirecting them back into the interaction, the cat learns that being near that person means losing control of their own space. The fix is to let the cat retreat fully and return on its own timeline. When you give them that freedom, you create a predictable environment where the cat feels in control of its safety. And that sense of autonomy is one of the strongest foundations of feline trust. Allowing a cat to walk away without pressure is often the moment when they decide you are someone they can come back to with confidence.
Throughout these 7 mistakes, you may have noticed a pattern. Each one begins with something small and harmless on the surface, but grows into a deeper disruption of trust when repeated day after day. That is why this list started with simple, familiar habits and gradually moved into the more hidden mistakes that affect a cat on an emotional level. Most people recognize the early errors easily, but only a few understand how the last ones shape the core of a cat's sense of safety and connection. If even one of these points surprised you, wait until you reflect on how often they happen in your home. These quiet patterns are usually the ones that change your cat's behavior the most. Before we close, tell me in the comments which of these mistakes you realized you were doing without noticing. And if one of the later points hit you harder than the others, hold on, because the conclusion will tie everything together and show why these signals matter more than most owners ever imagine.
Every moment you share with your cat leaves an imprint, and these small communication mistakes, even when unintentional, shape the way your cat feels in your presence. Cats do not forget how a person makes them feel, whether it is safety or pressure, comfort or confusion. When you start correcting these habits, you create a home where your cat doesn't have to guess your intentions. It simply relaxes because your actions finally match what it needs to feel understood. If any part of this video helped you see your cat differently, support the channel by leaving a like. And if you want to keep improving your connection with your cat and avoid the mistakes most owners never notice, make sure to subscribe. Your cat may not say it out loud, but it feels every change you make. I will see you in the next video.